Yo, 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 what's good? What's good, bro?
What's good?
How you doing? You want to introduce yourself to the people?
Yes, sir. All right. I'm the artist Frank Ervin,
Mm-hmm.
uh, co-founder of Black Ship Music, rapper, producer, graphic designer, just the good sort of stuff.
Right. So we're gonna get into a lot of that kind of stuff and whatnot. So, what gave you the influence to become a music artist?
Um, I'd have to say what I've been around, cause like my family has always been a musical family.
Okay.
I've been like my brother used to rap.
Mm-hmm.
My father produced and did hip hop, so it kind of was like a pass the torch situation where like I eventually like got into it. So how it kind of happened was I I have this PlayStation like 3 at my house
Mm-hmm.
full of like beats my dad used to make,
Wow.
and then like eventually it became, oh, I like this beat a lot, and I wrote a 16, then
Okay.
a hook, another 16. Eventually, like I just started making albums and stuff.
So, how old were you when that was going on?
I was like 14. I actually did that for like a talent show,
Oh yeah.
which I was going to do like Pink Plus White by
Mhm.
Frank Ocean, but that didn't work. So
Okay.
I actually managed. It wasn't technically for it, but like the timing was perfect. But those songs are actually like on my SoundCloud still. Like
Okay.
it's like Water and Light on SoundCloud, like on my page.
Okay. So towards the end of the interview, we definitely gonna let you plug all the social medias, so people can hit you up and check out new work, old work, current work, just everything.
Cool.
So as far as like, and we're gonna get into the production and the graphic design thing. But as far as like music, what do you say like your style of music is?
Um, I'd say my style, at least with rapping, is kind of rooted in like artists like Tribe Called Quest
Okay.
or like Tyler and RZA,
Mhm.
like those people who are able to like create a sound
Mhm.
and kind of just make it their own thing. That's always been my like objective with making music.
That's
It's just like with the production, just trying to find different like samples or chords that I could make up to kind of make something cool.
right. So I also feel like your style is pretty versatile. Why do you think it's important to be very versatile when it comes to like making music?
I think that it just creates value
Mhm.
as far as like a creator, cuz like I released my project called Frankly, right?
Mhm.
And I have a bunch of songs on there that like are just very different. Like I have a song called Caterpillar, which is just like raw like original hip hop,
Okay.
and then you have like stuff like Crayola, which is trap, or Comet, which is like punk rockish in
Right.
a way, or
Right.
like Crowns, which is R&B. So a lot of that, like say if just like a random kid just comes up and just be like, yo, like I'm super into like, I don't know, like Paramore or like Slipknot, like, oh, like I could show you Comet, or like I'm really into like, let's say Brent Fayez or like Khalil, like, oh, I can show you Crowns. I like, oh, like I'm into J. Cole, like
Right. Right.
Caterpillar, like
So no matter what, it's gonna suit somebody.
yeah,
Yeah. So
basically,
they'll like something off of it.
yeah,
Yeah, that's very important. And I feel like when it comes to being marketable, that's very important as well.
yeah,
So
man.
I told you off air, like earlier when we was talking, you seem very mature and polished to be such a young age. And we're gonna get into the age thing later.
Yeah.
But explain to the people like where that experience really comes from.
Um, two places.
Mm-hmm.
At 14 years old, I started making hip hop, and my father was the one who would um, produce and engineer stuff.
Right.
So he had this rule of if you do something, you have to do it right. You can't really mess up or like skip a beat on it.
Right.
So that became me, like getting my pronunciation right, getting like thoughts out clearly,
Mm-hmm.
making sure it's all like makes sense in the end.
Right.
And my friend Platonic, great artist, like
Okay.
he working with him, like making music during that like time,
Mm-hmm.
he kind of helped me elevate, because before I was just making like kitty like songs about like whatever, and then like that technical side of rapping he was very good at, so
Right.
that
Okay.
became like something that I would always try, and that helped me a lot in the writing process. We
Oh.
actually have a tape together
It
called
was
Personal Space Crew.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's out on all the platforms as well.
Yeah. Well, Personal Space Crew is the name of our like collective. It's really
Oh, the name of the group.
yeah, and the tape that's out is called Mavis Beacon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Personal Space Crew is like basically like our Wu-Tang. It doesn't have to be me, him, it could just be anybody just underneath like Black Ship Music production.
Right. Got you. That's real dope. Okay. So we're gonna take a quick break right quick, and then when we come back we're gonna get into like, because you brought up your pops and your bro, so we're gonna get into like the influences and all that stuff. So we'll be right back.
You're
All right, so we back. And
Yes, sir.
Frank Ervin, the artist Frank Ervin. So we're gonna get into your influences. So because you had brought up your father and you were saying like he produces and he gave you this, basically the thought process of, if you're gonna do something, do it right.
Yeah.
I can see that he's an influence. Just how big of an influence is he, and about your bro as well, and other influence you might have in the music industry. And
Well, he's still there on like the step of the way. Like he his alias is Knox. I just don't say Pops because Pops, but
okay,
yeah, he still produces, and from where he was to like those beats and where it is now is really crazy, because his beats like Caterpillar Effect or 10 Toes off my project are actually from him.
mm-hmm.
So it's just like always keeps me on his toes. Like we have a thing like in my mind his work is like really like, if I could say a painting, like it's like a portrait.
Okay.
And some of the beats that I make are more abstract, and it's just cool to branch out like that. And as far as my bro Justin, well, Platonic, yeah, we've been making music since like 15, 14.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, well, like around that area.
Okay.
Era, but like it was always nice because I would always like bug him about rapping, because he would rap like Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
And like I always thought that was dope, so I'd always bug him in like class. There's actually a song off our project, like the ending, like where I was talking about I would always bug him, and now he's like really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how it was. It was really nice. And as far as people in the industry that really inspire me, like again, like Tyler, Q-Tip, RZA, like people who are able to kind of like make a sound,
Right.
and kind of make it like known, like and it also comes with the production, because like with me producing, I've always wanted that accolade,
Mm-hmm.
and just to be able to produce and make stuff is
Right.
like cool.
So we can go into the production thing. Before we even get all the way into it, my first question is like, how does it feel to like produce beats with your dad? Like, I feel like that's like a special thing.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy it. It's really like I'd sit there and we kind of do a sharing thing. So it's just like, cause I work on my program, he works on his.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always like, yo, like I got something, and then it would be like sit down, run through beats, and then I'll show him like I've been doing stuff, and we have these moments where like, yo, you're like clearly better than me, and like we like go back and forth on it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a good process. Making beats in general, like
Yeah, get into that. Yeah.
like I was very trash in the beginning, like 14, making like terrible stuff. I remember I used to talk to people because I used to like try to produce my own stuff like way back.
Okay.
Just be like on like some arrogant like I got this.
Right.
But like people would be like nah.
So
but
people actually told you like.
I had somebody actually tell me like, bro, like why are you wasting time? Like this dude is nice. But eventually it's also like that accolade, like for nothing I do like to produce, and doing it is nice. Like this album in general, making songs like Crayola, where it's just like, you know, the trap hi-hats and like adding like little like sound effects.
So that was you.
Yeah, like
Wow, okay.
those bridges, like in between, like where you hear the chords and
Mm-hmm.
switching it into like this like weird like yelling at the end, or
Mhm.
like just 808 banging, like that stuff I think is very nice. I wasn't able to get into a lot of that though,
Mhm.
because actually I was working on this project before, but like a lot of the beats was like got deleted.
Right.
So I had to scrap and like circle back and like get a lot of good stuff. So Crayola was actually one of the ones that made it from that pile that like got deleted.
Yeah.
That making beats like Comet, which is crazy, with my cousin Josh Blocker, like he's really dope guitarist. He helped out on that front.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just a lot of just cool stuff.
Yeah, and that's, it's great that you do that, because you essentially you cut the middleman out. But outside of you and your dad, he makes beats. Is there anybody else that you would go to for
yeah, most definitely Hey Dino.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow him on IG. He does like really, his production is crazy. Like he actually made it on the album. Man always seems to have like a single
Right.
type energy, like when it comes to songs. So
Okay.
it's always nice to see it. You also have Sammy, who is a producer and actually produced Illumination and Crowns with me.
Okay.
Very good at chords.
Yeah.
Very, very good at chords. And Dino produced Spurs too.
Oh, okay. Cool. These are all great songs, by the way, too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
As far as like them, like I'm always open to work with new people.
Mm-hmm.
The like working outside of myself kind of brings me to just like writing in a different way. I feel like writing from what I have, it's really nice, but like sometimes I could be like so in my head with it, like making sure everything is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And in a way, like writing outside, it kind of gets me to be more free and experimental or whatever as far as that. But yeah.
Okay. So as far as like, I know you went over the production aspect of things. What about the music side? Are you open to working with new people as far as like collaborations go?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have a person named Apo.
Mm-hmm.
He's from here. He's on In the 301. Crazy versatile like voice. And that's what I really love about his music, is the fact that he's able to just like bend his words in such a way that just makes it always just interesting to watch, because I don't know how he's gonna rap next. Like he could do some like crazy flow, or he could just be like just cool, like just ride the beat next time, like.
Right.
And it was just very nice to work with him because as far as like my verse, like my final verse on In the 301,
Mm-hmm.
like he pushed me to like write like a crazy verse.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
he's really nice.
So anybody that just want to like, anybody else that want to like to collab with you, what's the process? Do they just hit you up? Is there only a certain type of artist you work with, or are you just open to?
I'm open to collaborating.
Mm-hmm.
As far as artists, I mean, there's nothing like specific I could tell you. I just have to
Right.
like if I like your music, I really would like to work with your music. But I mean, anybody could really hit me up.
Right.
I think that, and as far as producing other people's stuff,
Mm-hmm.
that's what Black Ship Music is like. We're really trying to do.
Okay.
Like eventually, like we're trying to produce people's albums,
Right.
and like give them little mini EPs.
Right.
That's actually what we're trying to do with Apo.
Okay.
Me and Knox trying to just produce his stuff, and anybody who would like to do stuff or like collab with us or like our sound.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's dope. So we're gonna take another break, and then we'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we back, and got the artist Frank Ervin here.
I am.
So, so you've been touching on like you giving us tidbits about certain projects here and there. So now we're just gonna get into like everything. So
Nice.
let's go back to 14 when you first started making music. I know it probably wasn't just a project all bucks, but
Yeah.
do you remember the first song you recorded? What was the name of it?
All right, so 14, going back and tracking. So
Mm-hmm.
the first song that I've ever recorded is still on my SoundCloud. It's called Water and Light, actually. Those were the first two. And I made that at 14,
Okay.
just like learning how to do stuff.
Okay.
And eventually that just spurred a project. It's called Frankly a Demo. It's a bunch of stuff that I was making back when I was really trying to understand music and
Right.
just doing a lot of stuff.
Did you come up with that name on your own?
It was collaborative. It was
Yeah.
just like I was talking to people. It was just all
I was
like,
just about to say that's very like clever.
yeah,
And there's so many directions you can go with that.
yeah.
The Franklin thing.
But eventually that led to just me getting better at making music. Flash forward to what year? Well, eventually, like over the years, back when I would say I was 16 or 17, I
Mhm.
was making a project with my friend Platonic. Black Ship Music Group has this thing called Personal Space Crew, and we made a tape called Mavis Beacon, and it went really well.
Okay.
As far as like people who was listening to it, it was really cool.
Well received.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
And then now, I finally am able to make a lot of like the stuff I'm making now, as far as like
Right.
solo stuff.
Right.
And thankfully, that process of making music with my friend Platonic, like, helped me get better as far as like lyrically and how to just like say stuff in like words, because there was a portion of time where I didn't know how to really like appear on tracks, or knew to let go and actually just write and see where that leads you.
Right.
So that happened, and now we got this project now called Frankly by
Right.
me,
Mhm.
and it's 10 tracks. full of very like versatile and nice music.
It's very dope, y'all. So definitely go check that out. Definitely dope.
Skip Away is very introspective.
Mm-hmm.
Caterpillar, the second track is very raw and like uncut.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted a type of introduction to a project like that.
Okay.
I used to always listen to people like J. Cole, who would have like stuff like January 28th,
Right.
which would undoubtedly just be like, okay, I'm setting the tone for a project.
Right.
Have tracks like 10 Toes, which gives a lot of versatile type, not versatile, but like tactical rapping,
Right.
or like technical rapping.
Right.
With that and Caterpillar, like that stuff was like really nice, produced by both produced by Knox. Then you have songs like Illumination,
Yeah.
which is very introspective.
Part 2, by the way.
And yes, sir, you can see part 1
Yeah.
on SoundCloud. It was really nice making that song because just it feels like a cloud basically.
Yeah.
And I've always enjoyed writing from that perspective of introspection and like emotions.
Right.
That song is really just about passing the torch, similar to what we was talking about earlier on in the interview. But that's just a really dope song, along with Crowns, which great love song. I've always wanted to write an R&B song, but I just never knew like how to do it.
Right.
I was never able to produce it or like find the exact emotion, but Sammy helped like make that like with me. Just being on FaceTime, seeing him make this, like help me like make the song is just like with the chords is like crazy. I enjoyed that very much. You have Spurs, which is just like off of Crowns.
Mm-hmm.
Just that like loving, just like great emotion, just back into hatred, which I think is kind of cool, and it kind of throws people off a loop because you're like, bro, like we was just here and now we're just like in a whole different world.
Right.
Again, thank you, Dino, for producing that. That was crazy.
Shout out to Dino. Mm-hmm.
And then you got stuff like In the 301 that I produced.
So what about, I was hearing about like a comedy album?
A comedy album?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Chico Will.
Yeah.
Chico Will is a very funny comedian, friend of Knox.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Black Ship Music,
Okay.
and just like what I was talking about before, as long as help producing and like putting people's stuff out there, we made that for him.
Right.
Great guy.
Yeah. That sounds dope. So I didn't get a chance to check that one out because I was trying to basically study up on you.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely gonna check that out like later on today.
Yeah.
So everybody else do the same whenever you listen to this.
Please do.
Yeah.
Very great, man.
So we're gonna take another break, and then when we come back, we're gonna just dive into your personal life, so to speak. You know, college and just things of that nature. So
Yeah.
this is Ted Talks, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we back.
We back.
The artist Frank Ervin, and let's get into your personal life a little bit. So I was trying to hold this off as long as I could, but now we at the moment. Go ahead and tell the people how old you are, man.
I am 18 years old.
He's a young buck, y'all.
You know, I keep getting that actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. With how like old I am, I never really perceive it as like doing young stuff because all my friends like my age are doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
But now that I'm actually like getting out and meeting people, it's just funny to see. It's just like,
there's a tons of other people not doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this is, like I said earlier, I noticed you were very like structured and mature. And
Yeah.
then when you told me you was 18, I was just like, wow, that's even more impressive now. You know what I'm saying? Because all I could think back is like when I was 18, me and my friends, we wasn't this structured and mature. I wish
Yeah.
we was, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, um, you about to go off to college?
Yeah. I'm about to go off to the University of Delaware
Mm-hmm.
to study agriculture and natural resources to eventually just um land a job in water or soil conservation, and or just something that I may find later on, because things could change.
Right.
uh get a good job in that and help keep funding this, which is like the music, the um videos, soon to be having like shirts out too. I have this thing called Frankly Apparel. I'm wearing it in some of my Instagram posts and
Okay.
in a video coming out soon.
Okay.
So just stuff like that I really care about, and I feel like that can kind of help make an empire or just help create like a steady flow of money that I could like push back into art and stuff.
Okay. 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 So, why is it something special that you feel about the environment that makes you choose the water and stuff, or is it just like you feel that that'll be one of the best things to pick that'll fund your goals?
I think that, well, yes, I do believe that it's something nice to do as far as something to help the environment. I've always been like, if I were to pick a job, it would have to be something that's fulfilling in a sense. And music and art is fulfilling, but I find it's kind of nice to be there, as far as like, yo, like I could literally help with like an area before it's like floods and like, or there's a drought, and then it's just like, yo, like you could like maybe build a park there afterwards. So it's like stuff like that. I'm just like, oh, this is helping in society in a way,
Right.
rather than just doing taxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. That's dope. All right. So, aside from college, because you got a 4-year journey ahead of you.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
before we leave that, are you nervous? Are you excited?
I'm excited and a little bit nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically for like the social stuff, because it's just like I'm cool with like I can do like college and just work, like that's cool, like that's really no biggie as long as I keep my head straight. It's just trying to find new people who kind of view things similarly or can add something to me. I would really appreciate while I'm also doing that. So that's what kind of makes me more anxious or nervous, is just like the social part of it.
Right.
I'm
Right.
pretty good with the just school stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's good to hear. So outside of the music and the production thing, what are some other general hobbies that you like to get into?
Oh, bro, I really enjoy just playing like RPGs
Oh yeah.
and like little stuff like chess or skating, like
Okay.
that stuff.
What's your favorite RPG?
RPG. Ooh, I gotta say, it's Earthbound.
Okay.
I gotta say Earthbound.
Okay.
Um,
You can name a few if you want to, because there's plenty of people that's into RPGs and stuff like that. So.
yeah, it's Earthbound first,
Mm-hmm.
Mother 3, which is Earthbound 2 technically, and then Persona 4.
Okay.
Earthbound is so great because it's like I always grew up I always like weird shit. So it was just like, it was so cool to see just like I'm just fighting a stop sign for like no reason, and just going on these like weird like journeys during it. Like there's again like the evil stop signs, evil taxis, random hippies would fight you. It's just a bunch of quirky stuff that I tend to gravitate towards. But that stuff is like really fun. I enjoy that. I actually beat it during quarantine. I finally got a chance to beat it.
Okay, so time. So what do you play on PlayStation?
I play on PlayStation and Switch mostly.
Okay.
I'm a Nintendo baby by heart, so it was just like I was on Mario, like Super Mario World, like 3D Land and like 3D World. That was my stuff. I really like retro stuff though.
Okay.
I guess I'm an old man at heart.
Yeah.
So it's just always cool to
It makes sense.
Yeah.
it makes sense.
It was always cool to like own like a SNES. Like I've always wanted to, but I had to get like the virtual console stuff. So like on my Wii U, I'd have like Super Mario World, Mega Man.
Okay. So was that your favorite old school Mario, Super Mario World?
Super Mario World. Yes, because the cape flying is amazing, and you can do it.
It was dope.
And you can do that, and in Mario 3 with like the Tanuki suit.
That was my favorite one.
Like,
Super Mario Bros. 3. Yeah.
That one was fire, but like you can only like fly for so long, and I thought flying was so cool.
Yeah.
Flying was so dope to me.
Yeah. Those my top 2 old school ones. I like how cuz I got a Switch too. I like how
dope.
On Super Mario Maker it's just a compilation of like everything.
Bro, I need to get that.
It'll literally be like one of the best games you ever played.
Because I always see like I be on like gaming YouTube, so I be following Game Grumps, so like I be like on that a lot.
I listened to them a few times, yeah.
Bro, like they be doing Mario Maker. It's so fun to watch.
Yeah, it's I ain't gonna say it's life changing, but essentially it's
new experience. And it could like if it's a game design, that probably is like, yo, like you could probably do it. I also another thing that I didn't really touch on, I really like to draw. Drawing is like
okay.
Like I've been drawing since I was like young, and that was my first passion essentially. Okay. I used to read like Captain Underpants books, and basically how it'd go, it'd be like, yo, like I'd always like get a new one, and then I'd look on YouTube and watch the author like say some stuff, and I remember he said something cool, just about like, you know, how art can inspire like a young person, and like who knows, it'll just like inspire you. Okay. And then I just like ran to my parents' room. I was like, yo, like I'm a draw comics and stuff. But yeah, like drawing is really fun.
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna take one last break, and then we're gonna finish up, and we'll be right back. All right, so we're back. The artist Frank Ervin, and we're gonna get into the future. You know, we did a lot of past, we did a lot of present. Long term wise, do you see yourself doing music for the long term? Are you using that as a platform to branch out into other things? What kind of legacy do you look to leave behind when it's all said and done?
That is a very good question. So yes to a lot of the things you said. As far as doing music, I kind of plan on doing it for a very long time. The way that my album is structured, it was made for the sake of longevity and just being able to kind of make something that will eventually become something greater. Like, I'm just getting started as far as personal stuff and being able to like make stuff. Seeing myself in the future, like I would hope to meet a lot of good people who kind of see my vision and like how I like things and help me as far as like making this bigger, because as far as like the brand of like the artist Frank Ervin, I want, you know, to make a lot of production. I want to make a lot of raps.
Mm-hmm.
I want to branch out into one day making a comic book,
Oh, that's dope.
making like just graphics and like along with Knox videos, and
Right.
giving a platform as far as albums, EPs to a lot of people.
Right.
So basically, I have a lot of groundwork to do. I
Okay.
hope to get there, and I want to get there. But to start with me is probably a good step in the right direction.
That's dope. That's dope. So get into like the graphic design. Like, what made you want to get into that?
I've always used to draw as a child,
Mm-hmm.
and I was always like a very image based dude as far as like seeing stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
like I made the album cover. It's nothing too crazy, but I just it's something that I really would like to keep pursuing and get better at, similar to like how I produced or get better at rapping.
Right.
It just takes time,
Yeah.
but in time, getting everything ready is gonna look nice in the future.
Yeah. So once everything comes full circle, it's definitely going to be super dope with that.
Yeah.
So, you got anybody you want to shout out?
Oh man. Well, first and foremost, shout out Black Ship Music,
Mm-hmm.
co-founder with Knox, and we have a lot more good stuff as far as content and stuff that we're working on. Shout out Knox again. Great producer, great co-founder. Shout out Dino. Hey Dino. Really great producer. Very good content whenever he shares it with me. Shout out Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
His fucking chords is awesome. I fucking love it so much. Shout out Josh Blocker, my cousin who produced Comet with me.
Mm-hmm.
Very great song. Please check it out and check him out on Instagram. His stuff is very good. Shout out Apo, gave us a crazy feature for the project. He is very good at what he's doing and has a message which I feel like not a lot of people can really say they have as far as content wise. So it's something to really look forward to when he drops his music.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Platonic. That's, I wouldn't say big bro, but that's bro.
Right.
Help elevate my music and is very instrumental as well to like helping me just form everything.
Okay.
Is that everybody? Shout out Mama. You gotta shout out that.
Yeah, shout out my dudes. Mm-hmm.
Every
Mm-hmm.
rapper nigga got yeah.
All right. So plug your social medias too. Where can people find you at?
You can follow me on Instagram at the artist Frank Ervin, at the artist Frank Ervin. On Twitter at Frank in all caps _Ervin _ I'm gonna continue making a lot of content and ideas as far as the future.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows, maybe this will be like the interview of like the footprint, like yo, like he was here,
Yeah.
or like some shit. Yeah. I enjoyed this a lot. This was very cool.
No problem. Definitely appreciate you for dropping through. And I guess now we can get to these performances. So, once again, the artist Frank Ervin, This is TED Talks, and we out.
Hey, 1-1 clutch. 1-1-2, 1-2. Yeah, caught your eye again. Caterpillar pillaging all the grace in the lines then. Blame it on the penmanship, penetrating the fire when niggas grew to pinning and choosing failure to dive in. Never chose to hear it illuminating, I try again. I could never settle, I told these niggas I pioneered. Even if I wasn't, I dropped the boat and they lend the ear. Stand above the rest of these niggas, no time to lie fair. I got too much pride in here, the '03 baby intact. The late bloomer never limber, roots bigger than rap. The caterpillar doesn't hype the butterfly in the trap. He's a born titan, always ripping wings off their backs. Just like him, never had to learn your wave to adapt. Don't evolve for these niggas, I was bridging the gap. I can show you I had all the chance of greatness and packed the flames and then pasted and made the chain in the matrix to show you niggas affect the mass. When the caterpillar hit the room, all the butterflies hit the tomb. I catch and never lose. Best flower that just never bloomed. My petals too credible. What I need to prove to you. When the caterpillars hit the room, all the butterflies hit the tomb. I catch and never lose. Best flower that just never bloomed. My petal too credible. What I need to prove to you. They butterflies but still marked to a flame. Been pigeons so refuse to say we squawking the same. Been flaws in my jungle, not a pet in this game. Not your artist, I'm not a puppet, a trophy to frame. Not a martyr, I'm not an angel, a demon in cage. I'm a leader, a lock savior, a geek with the rage. Crew authentic, not blending in when you teaching the lanes. Get your eyes in submission, watch how I cruise in the lane. I said I rap like Fife Dog, produce like Q-Tip. Pressure made diamonds, pressure made me, bitch. Form like Voltron, attack these loose lips. Ship on Proton, plasma hit your shit. Nappy headed Mensa, fire hit wingtips. Crash in the valley, left you where the team is. Go 10, hang time, blaze through fusions. Said I drop bombs, caterpillar fuming. When the caterpillar hit the room, all the butterflies hit the tomb. I catch and never lose. Best flower that just never bloomed. My petals too credible. What I need to prove to you. When the caterpillars hit the room, all the butterflies hit the tomb. I catch and never lose. Best flower that just never bloomed. My petal too credible. What I need to prove to you. Yeah.
I have my head in the rain, a night and rusted armor. Stay with the gray clouds, start to shade. I stand to hold your honor. Said this is more when clouds broke and shined upon us. Your eyes float in the shine, it felt warm around you, and it's all for you. I surrender myself when it's all for you. I'm your knight, put my sword on the ground for you. You my light, I'm your flower, and these petals few. What I'm supposed to do, shed tears in the rain. Life shines once again, go hard, showing flame. Your lips felt the same, pray I feel this pain before time loses its name. Your gems in my heart, your gems in your name. Say that your love is queen, I put your crown in my heart. Say that your love is queen, I put your crown in my heart. 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 And when this seed grows, this I know I love you. Flower beds will show. This I know I love you. Say that your love is queen, I put your crown in my heart. Say that your love is queen, I put your crown in my heart. 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 Said I'm dancing in sunshine, life too good for armor. Vulnerable but in the sunrise, I know that we will conquer. I know I'm staying honest. Petals few, I stay and promise more for you when you're on a raise the roof, bring God around it. Had to say you more than a friend to me. Taking my time, thinking what it meant to me. Looking for you to guide me. I was ignorant, hoping I pay you back through the thick of it. Looking, I saw the shine in your eyes, and I can't stop from falling deep inside of you. Shed tears in the rain, light shines once again. Go hard, showing flame. Your lips felt the same. Pray I feel this pain before time loses its name. Your gems in my heart, your gems in your name. Say that your love is queen, I put your crown in my heart. Say that your love is queen, I put your crown in my heart. 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 And when this seed grows, this I know, I love you. Flower beds will show, this I know, I love you. Say that your love is queen, I put your crown in my heart. Say that your love is queen, I put your crown in my heart. 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 Crown in my heart. Put your 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 crown in my heart.